Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us Across the Fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. Finding a job can be hard. It can even be harder to find a job you want. Right now, according to labor statistics, 43% of Vermonters are unemployed, underemployed, or looking to change their careers. There's a new program that's working to change that statistic. The Upskill Vermont Scholarship Program is helping Vermonters take charge of their career path through a free career workshop and other educational opportunities at the University of Vermont. To learn more about Upskill Vermont, we're joined by the Provost and Senior Vice President at UVM, Patty Preluck. Good afternoon, Patty. Thanks for being with us.
Good afternoon, Fran. I'm happy to be here.
So the Upskill Vermont program may sound familiar to some folks. It was unveiled way back in July. Patty, you joined the president of the Community College of Vermont and Governor Phil Scott in announcing the program. And a lot has happened since then. Why don't you fill us in on Upskill and that program?
Sure. The University of Vermont received about $1 million as part of the Vermont Workforce Upskill Opportunity Grant, and it was designed to support Vermonters who were seeking to up their skills or change careers, which would require either college credits or non-credit professional certificates. So Vermonters were offered at no cost to the students up to 2 courses that would either give them a college course or 2, or a non-credit certificate.
Terrific. And why did UVM think that providing free credit courses and non-credit certificate programs was a good use of these ARPA funds?
That's a really important and good question. As you know, the University of Vermont is one of the first land-grant universities. And if you look back at the history at land-grant universities, they were actually established to provide higher education for everyday people. And it was really focused on practical subjects like agriculture and mechanical arts. And the whole purpose was to really improve the economic and cultural well-being of both the people in the state and the jobs that they are pursuing. So I think the fact that Vermonters sent a really loud message and clear message that education was important to them and to their career advance, it was truly in line with our UVM land grant mission.
So what happened after the July announcement?
Well, the popularity of the courses was overwhelming. Vermonters made it perfectly clear that they were ready to add more skills and gain more education. It was actually quite exciting. They wanted to get to work. In just 2 days, we had more than 500 Vermonters sign up for 500 free courses at UVM. And so many signed up in the first 2 days that we had to put a pause on our course registration at UVM because all the courses were filled. So we have said to our Vermonters, if you didn't get an opportunity to sign up for a free course, all you need to do is go to the website, upskillvermont.org, and you can sign up to see the notification as the program grows. And I really want to thank Vermonters for taking charge of their career paths and really deciding making education at UVM is a key part of that journey.
Absolutely, and so many people are making this shift. It's happening across the country and certainly happening here. They're reassessing their job, their career, and looking for other things. So how many Vermonters are we talking about that you have all these extra people on waiting lists, et cetera? So who is this benefiting? How many?
Yeah, this is very true. So we actually initially had about 800 to date, 853 Vermonters applied for the scholarship funding. Currently, 526 have enrolled in courses, either college credit courses or non-credit certificates. We have an additional 623 who signed up for waiting lists for courses in the non-credit certificates. Those were the ones that filled up in the first 2 days that we announced it in July. And then I learned this week that we have over 1,600 additional Vermonters who've applied for courses or non-credit certificates that are either still in development or have yet to start. We have those on our website, and they will be starting either later this fall or in the spring semester.
So at the news conference in July, you mentioned 3 areas of focus, of growth, of the digital economy, healthcare, and leadership and management. Why these 3 focus areas?
Yeah, that's another really important question. As we thought about it, we were looking at what are the needs in today's world, and we needed to make sure that the education we were providing was timely, that there was a strong market interest, and it would ultimately lead to job opportunities that Vermonters want and that our state of Vermont actually needs as people are trying to upgrade their skills and change their careers.
So what are some of the certificate programs or courses that were popular, that probably centered around those focus areas?
Yeah, I think some of the most popular ones were digital marketing, project management, our cannabis science and medicine, geospatial analysis and data communication, leadership and management, cybersecurity, and then of course, one of my favorites, integrative health and wellness coaching.
Course. And you mentioned earlier that the program exceeded all expectations and capacity very quickly. What is the continued interest from Vermonters to upskill their current jobs or change career? It sounds like there are many. I mean, you have this long waiting list.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. And we were concerned, is it just because you're getting a free course, or are people really serious about upskilling their skills? And it's absolutely true. We've actually seen and have tracked interest of over 22,000 Vermonters. So we're monitoring inbound inquiries that are on our website, how many visits we have, website chats, emails, and phone calls that we're getting in our office.
Oh, that's remarkable. So Upskill has created a number of great success stories. There's a participant from Lamoille County who told Across the Fence that she took UVM's Digital Marketing Fundamentals Certificate to help start her own business after being out of the labor market due to a disability. And she says that acquiring digital marketing skills is already changing her life. And another participant said he took the Fitter, Faster, Stronger certificate to learn more about fitness and nutrition. Patty, are there some favorite success stories that you know that you can share as a result of people taking these courses?
Yes, there are so many, so I'll share a few with you that were some of my favorites. So Riley Senecal of Bennington County enrolled in an UVM's Cannabis Plant Biology Professional Certificate and the Online Analytics Certificate. And she really wanted to expand her resume and skills in order to transition to a new career. And what she told us was that the knowledge she gained in these new and unique fields of study, she would have never had the opportunity to do it because of financial strains. So the Upskill scholarship made a difference for her. And then there was Chris from Washington County. He's a data analyst, but has always had an interest in drone technology. So he jumped at the chance to take our unmanned aircraft systems drone workshop, another popular one. And he feels like this will help him in his pathway to change careers in the future. And then there was Amanda Machia from Grand Isle County, and she was looking at project management and data skills. She completed our project management professional certificate, and she wants to become a certified project manager. But she's now taking her second course, again, free through the Upskill scholarship, called Introductory Data Analysis from UVM, and she hopes that this will help advance her career because she wants to stay in Vermont and up her skills for the workforce here. And then there was Tim Puro from Rutland County, and he wants to move his retail location to an e-commerce online shop, and he's utilizing his funding to increase his skills in digital marketing. He's actually taking our level 3 advanced digital marketing certificate, another really popular element. And he said it's going to be a key to the success of this business. And then there's one other
Yeah.
that is kind of interesting. Kathy from Chittenden County, she and her husband own a micro dairy in Milton, and they utilized, or Kathy utilized her funding to take an artesian cheese fundamentals certificate. She's trying to diversify her product mix, and she says this was a catalyst for her, and she's hoping to develop an agro-tourism experience in her business model and maybe talk with the craft beer breweries to see if they can develop cheeses that pair well with beer.
Nice. Well, you know, this is across the board things, and I would imagine that employers are benefiting from this as well, because of course with just a 3% unemployment, they're looking for people and new skills, and in your career, healthcare. So how are employers responding to this?
This is a really important question because does it really advance what we want it to? And we've learned that Vermonters from all 14 counties in Vermont enrolled in courses. And they did it for different reasons, but a large portion of the students said they were looking to gain more skills and knowledge so that they could advance their careers with their current employer. And they wanted to keep up to date with changes within the existing industries that they're working. I think that's really good news for Vermont businesses. This type of funding provides Vermont employers with opportunities to upscale their workforce and develop new skills in areas that are going to be important for their pipeline for leadership and management.
Fantastic. And the big question, of course, is whether UVM will be offering free courses and certificates again to Vermonters, and if so, when?
Well, if more funding is forthcoming from Vermont State Legislature, we will absolutely look to partner with the state on what we believe is a very critical initiative to move forward. And we will work to offer more courses and be timely and responsive to what Vermonters are saying they want to really help educate all of Vermont.
Excellent. And just quickly, so what does this mean in monetary terms for an individual?
Yes, so if we look at the cost of either certificates or courses that students took, they saved either from $750 to $4,000, depending on the certificates.
Yeah, right. So here's a reminder that as the Upskill Vermont Scholarship Program continues to evolve, people do need to sign up to receive notifications as new opportunities become available. So to sign up, go to the website on your screen. It's upskillvermont.org. That's upskillvermont.org. Patty Prelux, thank you so much for sharing your stories today with us.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us across the fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. Stay well.